Do you want to go with us?
You know I can't go. I can't leave my babies.
I can have Kevin and Charlene to come over and feed those damn dogs. They'll be all right for one night.
No,
Boom, bam, what's going on, people? We are back again with another video. Now, as you just saw right there in that opening scene, that is a conversation with Amy and her mother. Now, Amy is planning on going to support Tammy as well as the rest of the siblings because Tammy is about to go under the knife. She's about to have that surgery that they have all been waiting for God knows how many years. But the mother now makes an excuse and says that she doesn't want to go because she wants to stay and look after her babies, the 2 dogs. You know, one of the biggest problems with Amy and Tammy, as well as the rest of the siblings, is that neglect, that level of neglect that they had from their own mother. Because we know that for the most part of their youth, they were raised by their grandmother. But at the end of the day, when it comes to the mother, ever making choices to support her children, she never wants to know. I think it is absolutely disgusting, absolutely disturbing, the fact that the mother feels like staying at home with 2 dogs that can easily be looked after by somebody else is more important than going and supporting her 36-year-old daughter, who has had one hell of a life of struggles, one because of herself in particular, the mother, and now she's finally made a big move in her life that actually is going to prepare her to better places, hopefully, and the mum doesn't even want to be a part of the journey to support. It's crazy though, isn't it? There are people who come in your life and they will support your journey. And then there's people that will come in your life, but they'll just watch your journey. And then once you make it, they'll be like, yeah, I was a part of that too because I was there watching you. Or they'll tell people how they know you. Their mother's the kind of mother who'd be like, I always knew my daughter could do it. But where was you in the journey though? Hey, we're about to cover exactly what else went down in this episode itself in particular. But for the people who don't know, despite the fact that we do the little clips on YouTube where I explain to you guys obviously what went down, I do the full reaction to the full episode on my Patreon account where you can watch it with me, as well as you just watch it basically. You avoid the clips. That was a terrible problem. Anyway, let's continue.
All my family were trying to make me cry, damn it.
You know, this part here is the fact that Tammy has been approved for surgery and everyone's the family has traveled, apart from the mum, of course. They've all gathered around and they obviously throwing a celebration that she's finally made it to the surgery. And it's crazy, you know, because even though this is a good thing, this is a high, this is a very positive thing for Tammy moving forward, it got me thinking really deep. And I sat there and I said that there are people in your life that will celebrate when you graduate. There are people in your life that will celebrate when you get a job. People celebrate when you get a pay rise. People celebrate when you have a baby. People celebrate when you get married. You know, people celebrate when you achieve something that is really going to propel you forward. And whenever I've looked at all these things, I've always been like, these things make sense because they're really going to push that person to keep going in that direction. But then now I'm here and I'm sitting there thinking, that still stands about celebrations, helping push people to the next part of that journey. But to sit here and actually think to myself that I'm actually witnessing a celebration of someone getting a weight loss surgery. That is bizarre to me. It's like, it's like not everybody's life is the same, right? Everybody's life is different in terms of the standard that they set for themselves. But it just feels so weird seeing someone being celebrated because they're about to have a weight loss surgery. And the reason why it's so bizarre is because, you see, when you celebrate someone getting a job, is because you're supposed to go and get it. When you celebrate someone getting a pay rise, because you're supposed to, because that person worked hard for that pay rise. When you celebrate a newborn, you celebrate because, of course, that person, or females, spend 9 months in pain, right? But these are things that we celebrate because we are working for it, because these are things we're supposed to work for, right? But celebrating for something that you could have easily prevented doesn't make sense to me. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but at the end of the day, I just feel like when it comes to celebration, it should be things that we work for, that we're supposed to actually go for, not things that we messed up and we're now trying to recover. For me personally, the celebration doesn't come from the fact that she's earned herself a weight loss surgery. The celebration doesn't even come from even when she finally gets to her weight goal. The celebration for me comes from when a year from reaching your goal, you're still in that place. Because we are supposed to actually maintain our health. We are supposed to maintain whatever weight we're supposed to do based on our height. You know what I mean? Those, you know what I mean? But this here, maybe I'm being negative, but I know I'm not. I'm just being realistic. The question is, would you rather celebrate that you just achieved getting a weight loss surgery? Would you want to celebrate that you finally lost weight, or do you rather celebrate that you actually grasped it? It's an interesting one because there is no wrong. Is there anything wrong with celebrating that you got a weight loss surgery? No. Is there anything wrong with celebrating that you finally got to your weight goal? No. There isn't. But it just kind of just shows the standard that you've set. But I hope that that standard is the beginning to a better place. You see what I'm saying? So in fact, let me reword everything that I just said. I'm hoping that this standard of gaining the weight loss surgery moves on to the standard of then actually losing the weight completely and getting to where you need to be. And then that standard becomes the bar of now preparing yourself to the next levels in your life. And those next levels in life doesn't have to be weight related. I mean, of course, it has to be maintaining your weight, but it's also now believing that, hold on a minute, I went for a journey of gaining weight. I went for the journey of losing weight. I've now gone for the journey of sustaining the healthy weight. Now I can probably use all of this energy that I've used in this journey, prepare myself to be whoever I want to be. Like I said, it really got me thinking deep. I just had to find a way to really articulate my words and really get at what I was really trying to get to. Isn't that bizarre though? But yeah, we continue.
Was dressed. You know, they cut 30% of my stomach out. They're removing 80% of her stomach and removing 30% of her small intestine.
That is wild, man. Wild. Wild. I think, to be honest with you, celebration should go to the surgeons, man. Because putting off a surgery like this right here.
Tammy's procedure was designed for patients that are typically non-compliant. Not only is the sleeve going to help to control the amount of food she eats, they remove the first 8 or 10 inches of her small intestines, which, with that being...
Damn, sorry, I've just got to pause that there for copyright purposes, to be fair with you. The struggle that I don't have on Patreon, I can just let it play if you dig what I'm saying. But yeah, I just want to, but it's very important for me to really play this little segment here. I may have to pause a couple of times, but I have to, because what Chris says is so powerful in terms of, like, this is some serious work that the surgeon has to do, Dr. Smith.
And removed, she's not going to absorb as much of the food that she eats. Tammy's surgery is a whole lot more extreme than mine. So, you know, that's in itself a whole lot more nerve-wracking.
Now, of course, the reason why Chris is actually explaining, you know, the difference between his surgery and Tammy's surgery is because right now they're waiting. Doctor said that it was meant to be about an hour and a half, but they've been there for about over 2 hours now. So, of course, they are getting nervous and their nerves are coming in because of all the complications that could come with the surgery, you know, because of all the damage that Tammy has done over the years with, you know, gaining the weight for one, 2, then obviously being in rehab back and forth, 3, nearly dying several times. You know, it's insane, and her body is exhausted. And you know what, Tammy does say earlier in the episode that this is a miracle. You know, I don't know if it was Tammy or someone else, but either way though, it is a miracle that this woman's in this place, that she's in a position where, one, she's still breathing, position 2, that she was actually even able to get surgery, because of course there were still other things that she had to get cleared first before getting the surgery, you know, everything, things to do with her lungs and her heart and all that kind of stuff. And I think that's why when I sit and I say, damn, like, we're actually celebrating someone getting weight loss surgery, but this is someone that conflicted these things on themselves. It's weird to me, man, celebrating something that you conflicted on yourself. You know what I mean? But at the same time, though, I guess everyone in life goes through different struggles. Some people's struggles are mental struggles, some people's struggles are physical struggles, you know what I mean? And when you go through whatever struggle you go through, you know, those struggles can definitely lead you in a direction that you're not supposed to go into. But what matters the most isn't necessarily that you got yourself to that direction. It's the fact that you're able to remove yourself from that direction and fix things and then become a better person. But of course, that journey of fixing all those things, in my opinion, shouldn't be really a journey that should be really celebrated. I think it's a journey that should be like, I think it's a journey that you have to appreciate throughout it, because then for when you get to your goal, you can remind yourself that that journey was not easy. And now I've made it to my goal. I've got to make sure I never go back there again. And now let me celebrate the fact that I'm going to go forward. You know, I don't really believe in celebrating going backwards. You know what I mean? You know, I believe you should celebrate going forward once you've gone backwards to go forward. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense to me. But yeah, man, like, that's some serious stuff right there for Tammy's surgery, you know?
I feel really great that Tammy made it through surgery. Okay, I'm just really proud of her, you know. I hope she didn't do like I did and eat a honey bun right after surgery.
Yeah, I know. You're lucky I wasn't down there.
Like, you know what though? Like with Amy, you know, why does she lack the ability to be serious? Has a surgery and then she has a freaking what bun? But you know what though? Just wait and hear what else Amy had to say. This one, I won't lie to you. When she said this, oh yeah, this really got on my nerves.
Do you think we need to redo my surgery, or do you think I can lose it myself?
Composure, composure, composure. So Amy's on video chat with Dr. Proctor. I was surprised to see him, you know, back on the £1,000 sisters. You know what I mean? Since he's been on £1,000 best friends, but originally he wasn't here anyway. But yeah, she's on the phone to him, and the last time they spoke, which was obviously before she had I believe Gage, or maybe just after, she was 275 at the time. It's now been two years, I think, since then, whatever, and now she's got Glenn, and she's now weighing in at 281. So she's only gained 6 pounds in that time, right? Which obviously, Dr. Pro said, to be fair, that's not that bad because, you know, it could have been a whole lot worse. But if she had followed the original plan, then she should have already been under the 200s by now. She should be, you know, at least 190, 150, whatever, right? But that isn't the case because, of course, she went on and had another child and also, you know, continued eating and pretty much, you know, just threw the diet out the window, right? So now she's sitting here with the audacity, and this is the thing. She has blamed her weight gain, which reasonably I can understand to a certain degree, but again, I'm not really. I can understand it, but I know females that have been able to do better, and what I mean is basically she has blamed her weight gain on the fact that she's had 2 beautiful boys. That's her word specifically. I had 2 beautiful boys. Cut me some slack. That's exactly what she said. But here's the thing though, there are plenty of women in this world who can have surgery and be able to bounce back easy as 1, 2, 3. Well, not easy as 1, 2, 3, but they bounce back and make it look easy as 1, 2, 3, right? So to be honest with you, I really dislike it when some women sit in this world and they say, yeah, but I had a baby and then obviously the baby fat, blah, 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 blah. But then I sit and I say, but I know tons of women that were able to bounce back and literally get rid of that baby fat ASAP. You know what I mean? Okay, they were able to, boom, boom. Maybe the stomach may not bounce back the way they would have preferred, but they were back in shape without a shadow of a doubt. You know what I'm saying, okay? So that's why for me personally, I'll never really stand for that, to be honest. When women say that, you know, some women say, "Oh, I had kids and that's why I'm like the." No, I won't give it that. The only thing that I feel like, actually, you know what? Let me not get too into it because obviously, you know, as a man, I'll probably get a shot for it. I'm just saying what I know, okay, as a fact, yes, but I won't dive too deep into it. Have women coming in? How dare you say that? How do you know? You're not a female. But listen. But anyway, so now Amy has the audacity to ask, do you think we should redo the surgery? Why in the rascal would she need to have another surgery? Why would she be grunting to have another surgery? A re-surgery. I didn't even know a re-surgery was even a thing. Is that even a word, re-surgery? I don't think that's a word, to be honest with you. But this is Amy Slaton, so, you know, we'll cut her slack because we know she's not the smartest person, generally speaking, to be honest with you, right? And that's not an insult. That is just a general fact. But, this goes back to the fact that we had Tammy being celebrated that she had finally reached her goal of having weight loss surgery. And I get it. Again, I get why they wanted to celebrate it because it's been such a long time. You know what I mean? It's something that's like a milestone or whatever you want to call it. I completely get it. But I've always said that on these TV shows, on these weight-related TV shows, surgery for these people is a reward. And it's weird. And not only is it a reward, but like surgery's people, it's like the answer they've been looking for. They think the surgery is going to just fix everything. And the fact that Amy had the audacity to sit there and say, do you think I should get a re-surgery or I can just do it all by myself? Listen, surgery shouldn't even be in your head. You should be thinking straight away, you know what, I'm going to lose this by myself. But you know what I'm saying, okay? That should be the first thing in your head no matter what. The surgery should be something that is only the doctor, you know, is the one that suggests it to you. Based on Amy's circumstances, not everyone's circumstances. Don't get it twisted. But yeah, that shiz right there just knocked me off. Really? And who's gonna pay for the surgery, Amy? Let's talk about that. Who's gonna pay for it though? Miss, I want to get a re-surgery. As if it's gonna come out of your pocket. BITCH, please.
No reason to redo your surgery, because we never really gave your initial surgery the first haul. Let's just focus on the things that that are going to make you healthy.
Boom, bam, boom, bam. I'm with Dr. Proctor 100%. Let's just focus on the things you were supposed to do with us in the goddamn first place. Because we was never meant to be in this position anyway. But you went off and just decided to have 2 kids. And you know the thing that's really frustrating me about this episode as well, that I haven't shown you on YouTube at least anyway, is that Amy has used her kids. She's literally thrown them under the bus to why she's in this position. And she started saying, you know, having a kid was not easy, so therefore maintaining my weight was just not hard. Now I got 2 kids, it's just even harder. You know what? Having kids is just so hard right now. I can't even eat. Kids this, kids that. But you're the one that's planned to have kids back to back, and you're the one that decided to practice having kids over your own health first. And most importantly, your mental health as well. And even more importantly, making sure that your husband was actually going to be your freaking father. You had 2 kids with a man that isn't a father. A man just his sister like this. Hey man, is there any more food? I'm hungry, hey man. Don't. Well, that is that. Thank you so much for your time. Please do hit the subscribe button and the like button on your way out. Remember, the full episode is on my Patreon account, link down below. Done, we're out, and peace.